Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is up? Week 5 just ended. We're coming down the home stretch. We got one more week left. I think there were a lot of stand-ins this week. I think there were stand-ins in at least 6 games or for at least 6 teams, which is like a third of the league, which is crazy. Yeah, I had a bunch that I was going to say, and I can't remember any of it, so we're just going to start doing replays. First game of the week, No Void Spirit forfeited again. I'm not sure how many forfeits you're allowed to have before you forfeit out of the league, but they're getting pretty close. I think you're only allowed 2 or 3, so hopefully they can play again this week and then into playoffs, but Dyer has a 2-0 because of that forfeit, so that's series number 1. Series number 2, we have All Prey Groot versus Pot of Sloth. Kitty sent me the game files for game number 2 because it wasn't on the ticket, and I just spent probably the last 30 minutes trying to figure out how to play the game files, and I just couldn't figure it out. I think I'm just dumb, but did a lot of work to try to figure it out, and I don't even think I got it. So, unfortunately, I couldn't do one game. I apologize to both these teams. Apologize to Kitty specifically because she did all that work to send me that video file, and I just could not get it to play. I did a bunch of research, or a bunch of Googling, couldn't figure it out. So, my apologies, but we'll jump in and do this one game. All Prey Groot went with Juggernaut, Ricky, Grimstroke, Beastmaster, and Zeus. So this is a really greedy draft. Grimstroke, Ricky obviously is really good. Pot of Sloth went with a Storm Spirit, a Troll Warlord, a Sand Cane, a Snapfire, and a Lich. I mean, I think this is really greedy. They must have last picked the Ricky, yeah, because they knew this was going to be a forward position. They're trying to bait out some counters. I don't think Pot of Sloth did that. I actually like Pot of Sloth's draft. I think it's pretty well balanced. Obviously, Beastmaster's like the hero of the patch. I'm shocked it made it to 18. But I'm going to go with Pot of Sloth here because I just think it's more well-rounded. This is a little bit too greedy for me. Not really much you can do at this point. 30k net worth behind. Well, they got on the backline onto the Zeus, but out of mana, unfortunate. Really good Lich ult too, felt like. Didn't advance the creeps, but it looks good. This Troll's kind of doing work. Wow. What is the cooldown on Roar? That seemed like it was... What? 23 seconds? Minus 35-second Primal Roar cooldown? This hero is so broken. Well, I'm bummed I couldn't figure out how to watch the demo file, because I think it was the better of the 2 games. Yeah, I just really wish I could have watched that file. Oh, Pot of Sloth had 2 stand-ins. Jeez, so there's a lot of stand-ins this week. Anyway, I actually don't even know what this series finished. Let's look real quick. All Prey Groot. So it was 1-1, so Pot of Sloth won game 2. Yeah, I mean, could have been a really good series. I don't know. I think game 1, Groot did a really good job holding their advantage. It looks like they just pressured this Troll and Storm Spirit early. Like, from 10 to 20 minutes, they were like, let's kill the Troll and Storm Spirit a bunch. So I think they did a really good job of that. Don't have too much to say. Again, my apologies for not having the whole series. I'll figure it out eventually. Alright, the third series, we have Extra versus Hunt Beast Embrace. I thought this matchup was going to be pretty good, so let's see how it went. Game number 1, Extra went with Juggernaut, Silencer, Underlord, Bounty Hunter, and Venge. So this is a 5 Venge middle Silencer. 4 position Bounty, yep. Hunt went with a Pango, Medusa, a Puck, a Marana, and a Dazzle. Okay, so middle Puck I think is really good right now. I think Medusa's having some, doing alright. I really like the Bounty Hunter. I don't really love the mid Silencer. I get it. I guess it works against Medusa. I'll go with Hunt draft here. You have decent, basically everything except for maybe more wave clear would be nice, but overall, I think Hunt's draft is pretty well rounded. Jesus. Dude, that doesn't make sense to me now. He turned to stone. He wasn't even looking at Deuce there. I think this Deuce is just unkillable at this point. There's not a lot of damage though from Underlord. They're gonna kill the Deuce? Holy cow, they are. Didn't get him. Game number 2, extra went with an Anti-Mage, a Templar Assassin, a Beastmaster, an Abba, and an Ancient Apparition. Don't like Anti-Mage. I think Beastmaster is really good though. So TA I don't really know about. Hunt went with a PL, a Brewmaster, a Necrophos, a Storm Spirit, and a Grimstroke. Basically, who would I rather have, a PL or a Beastmaster? I feel like Beastmaster, because Beastmaster Axe kind of beats PL. This is actually a crazy draft. You don't see a lot of Brewmaster in our league. Necrophos, they last picked the Brewmaster. Was it a support? I can't tell. Looks like an offlaner. I think I want to go with extra here. I just think Beastmaster's too good, dude. I'd rather play against a PO than a Beastmaster, honestly. I mean, they had an Anti-Mage I don't love, but... and a TA I don't love. But I think they drafted around it pretty well. Yeah, I'm going to go with extra here. Yeah, I think it's good with and against Necro. So they just, yeah, just has a shard and is gonna give that to someone. Ooh, good roar. I think Toast always plays really well every time I see games. Oh, they caught out a little bit. Fortunate, they're going back in.
It seems that Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oof. Uh-oh, PL's here. I think this series might be a Series of the Week contender. I mean, if you look at this game, right, really back and forth, there weren't a lot of really big team fights, mostly because it's an Anti-Mage draft, so you don't really get that usually, but the PL also kind of played split pushy, which I think helped them stall out the game a little bit. It was just very close, very back and forth, and then, like, even if you look here, so they died, and they were still gaining net worth. So, crazy game, too. Really close back and forth. And game 1, I think, was relatively the opposite. It was just fighty the whole time, and Hunt just weren't dying. I think it was probably the dazzle effect. I mean, you gotta save hero. You probably save the people that the other team goes on, but it was just like fights all the time. So far, pretty good spot. Looks like a good series though. I'm happy with the 1-1, and I think these two teams are really close together. All right, the 4th series, we got Rats and Bunnies versus Team Unrivaled. These are two, I think, top 5 teams right now. Top 4, top 5 for sure. I think top 4. Let's see. Unrivaled, they went with Marana, Gyrocopter, Wraithkin, Sladar, and Snapfire. Is this a mid Gyrocopter? Interesting. I wonder if that's good right now. Bunnies went with Leshrac, Phoenix, Ricky, Toadhunter, and Lion. I think Phoenix is pretty bad right now, but he's getting picked a lot in pro games. I just don't think the hero has a good win rate in pubs. Leshrac, I think, is really good. I love the shard on it. I think it's so good. And then they went with the Ricky, who not really have an opinion on. The Slardar kind of counters the Ricky, I suppose. I don't really love the mid Gyrocopter. I think I'm going to go with Rats and Bunnies draft here. I think it's got a solid team fight. I see how they win. And Unrivaled, they don't really have great team fight. They have a pretty good run at you draft up until, I think, the mid. I think you need someone else at mid there. But overall, I think I go Bunnies here. I mean, they don't really have... there's not really a lot of people on Unrivaled to make space for the carries. Oh, big Gyro ulti. Oh, a big Lesh stun. Just blows up those guys. I'm surprised only 2 are dead, actually. I thought more would be dead. Wow. Guess the Wraith can get out. Looks like they're chasing him. Oh no! Greedy. He's gonna get punished for it too. Unfortunate. No reincarnate. It's tough. Tough. Really good team fight by Rats and Bunnies there. Game 2, Rats and Bunnies went with a Wind Ranger, a Marana, the Ricky again, a Lion again, and an Underlord. Interesting. Unrivaled went with an Ursa, a Willow, a Clinks, a Magnus, and a Snapfire. I think I like this draft. It's very... I mean, again, I don't really love the Clinks mid, but it's very run at you. I see how they execute this, and they have a farm in mid, and the Ursa wants to run at you. Ursa destroys Underlord in lane 2. They went with Ricky and Lion 2 games in a row. Actually, and Marana. Basically the same thing. Yeah, I think I like Unrivaled's draft. I think I like their Game 1 draft better than their Game 2 here for Bunnies. Yeah, I'm going to go with Unrivaled. That was actually a clutch scan, because I don't think they have vision over there. Uh-oh. Oh. Insta-kill the Ursa. Good RP in the backline, but I guess this Clink's doing work. Clinks is doing work. Holy cow. Ricky's doing work, though. Jeez, so many people dying all over the place. Wow. That was a quick team fight. I think this series was pretty good for a 2-0. Rats and Bunnies, I think, played really well. I'm very impressed. Unrivaled's not a bad team at all, and they 2-0'd them. It's funny. Unrivaled picked a run-at-you draft, and then it felt like there weren't a lot of... It doesn't really look like there were a lot of fights, really. I mean, like 1, 2, 3 team fights all game. I mean, I guess some of these could be team fights and just like only a couple of kills. Like there's a good fight for Unrivaled, but just Rats and Bunnies must have just done a really good job of not taking fights. And then game 1, Rats and Bunnies had a lot of good team fight, and Unrivaled didn't have that great team fight, and it just shows with these. So I think Rats and Bunnies just took really good fights. Were to be my guess. Obviously, I didn't watch the whole series, but that's my guess. So overall, pretty good series. All right, the halfway point, we have my pre-games game of the week. We'll see how it went. We got WSS Harpies versus Fellowship of the Pain. So actually, I already know how it went, but we'll do the video. Jumping in, Harpies went with Centaur Warrunner, Juggernaut, Lich, Lena, and Invoker. I think Lena's been getting a lot of buffs. I don't mind that pick here. Centaur's wicked good right now. FOTP went with a Ember Spirit, a Void, Faceless Void, a Lion, a Sladar, and a Grimstroke. So I think Red Seal wasn't here. They had a JoJo mid, and JoJo kind of went off. Okay, JoJo, chill, bro. I love it. I think Invoker's really good right now. I think Lena's pretty good. I don't love Lich, but I think it's okay. Jug's pretty good. I think overall, like, this is a pretty solid draft. You're definitely missing some team fight here that FOTP have, so you kind of have to avoid that. Oh, I think I like FOTP. Ember, Grimstroke, Lion, Grimstroke, Slardar, and the Faceless Void. I mean, there's a lot of synergy in this draft. I like this draft a lot. 17k net worth lead for Harpies here. Oh, you're silenced, Grimstroke. Careful. Kaiser just lets Tim basically die to the Juggernaut Omni Slash. Are they just gonna Chrono for it? Yeah, I think you have to. Oh, so much damage from the Sunstrike. So that's interesting with the Lotus Orb reflecting the... Does he have the he has to have the shard, right, on Melina? Yeah. Oh! There's just so much synergy in this FOTP draft. It feels like there's so many different ways to win a team fight. Dude, JoJo low-key is destroying on mid right now. What a team fight. I mean, they hold high ground, but they lose racks, right? So, game 2, FOTPB went with a mid-Pango, carry Ursa, Centaur this time on Fellowship, Skywrath Mage, and Warlock. Okay, again, I like this draft. I think Centaur's wicked good. Harpies went with the classic offlane Bristleback, mid-Razor, a Venomancer, a Witch Doctor, and a... Wait. Carry Razor, mid-Naga Siren. Okay. I mean, I've said this before, I think Razor just destroys Ursa, right? I guess you build up the Fury stacks, so, like, eventually you can kill someone, you're just going to have no damage, because, like, Ursa can't get away from the Razor. I don't love Bristleback. I think it's fine for here. You got the team fight with your supports. I think Centaur's wicked good right now. Ango's not a bad pick there. They probably thought it was going to be a mid-Razor. I might have to go Harpies here. I don't love the offlane Bristleback. I never really do, but I think the Razor's just good against their lineup. I got better team. Yeah, I'm going to go with Harpies. I'm going to go on the Witch Doctor, actually. Alright, Arno, I got to mute you.
Gotcha.
Oh, Arno was casting it, but that mic, bro.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Who are they going to set up on? Kaiser Sosa's in the background. I might be able to get a good... Oh, yeah, there you go. Does he have a link on anyone? Wasn't cool then. So really good team fight with that Psalm there. Pandemonium kills Kaiser in the background. So they just left Roche. Wow, Pandemonium going off in the background. Triple kill. Well, this series was pretty good. Top 2 juggernauts going at it. Game 2 I think was a little bit Harpies one-sided. Looks like they took a couple good fights, pushed their advantage really well. Yeah, not much to say about that. Game 1 was so close. I mean, I feel like literally one different team fight. I don't know what happened here. I didn't watch it, but I feel like maybe if that goes a little bit differently, they get a jump, then all of a sudden FOTP wins. It's a 1-1 series. We'll have a different discussion. So, very close series overall. I really look forward to seeing that matchup come playoff time. That rematch. I think it'll be a really good series. With the 6th series of the day, we got Victoria's Secret 6-player versus Grin Swift. I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup from what I remember. I think these teams are pretty close, so let's see. Jumping in. Victoria's Secret, mid Jakiro. Offlane Bristle. No, carry Bristle, offlane Viper, Tusk, and Treant Protector. I actually really like this draft. I don't love the mid Jug, or Jack, but I love the draft. Grin went with a Snapfire, a Razor, a Luna, a Toad, and a Venge. So, 5-position Venge, I think Razor's really good. I think Luna's really good right now. Wow. I mean, I like both these drafts, honestly. I could see either of these teams winning. A lot of space being made, but you have a Bristle, so you don't really need that space as much as if you had a greedier core. On the other side, you have relatively greedy cores here. I think this Luna... I'm going to go with Grin here. I think this draft is... I mean, I love both drafts, so it's kind of a toss-up. I'm going to go with Grin game 1. So they have Vision. Dude, this guy's so fast. 491 move speed. Jesus, this fight's really spread. So they killed the Tusk. Oh! Instant refresh. And ulti again. He's dead. That's a dieback, it looks like. This Luna's just doing so much work. I feel like... Damn. It's hard to tell. I think... no. No, I guess wrong. He almost kills the Luna. Wow. Luna does die. This guy has so much regen. Get a Spirit Vessel. How does he have 150 passive regen? Is this just not... Wait, Heart doesn't break anymore? I thought it broke if you got attacked like Tranquil Boots. I might just be an idiot, actually. Jesus. Game 2. Victoria's Secret went with a mid Dragon Knight, a Sven, an Abba, a Jakiro, and a Warlock. Grin Swift went with a Shadow Fiend, Snapfire, Morphling, Toad Hunter, and Venge. So they went with Toad, Venge. Did they have Snapfire again too? Maybe. So, I don't love Shadow. I think Shadow Fiend's pretty bad right now, right? 47% win rate. I mean, Morphling I guess is good. Actually, no. I know Morphling's good. Sven, I've been seeing a little bit of an uptick. I actually really like Victoria's Secret draft here. I'm going to go with them game 2. Oh. huge ravage. Dawn Bomb once again just seems fat though. Sapphire Cookies. Jakira's doing all he can. Get this Shadow Fiend over here. R914. Is he always on the team? I don't think so. He must be standing in. Oh no! Absolute disaster. Got caught on the Agimorph as he got stunned. Because I know they just changed it so you could morph during stun, but I don't know if you can go back and forth. I think you can only go one way, which I think is what just happened. Wow. Well, this series was a 2-0 for Victoria's Secret, but again, I mean, I think this game could have gone either way. Let's look at game 1 first. It was super back and forth, so fighty. I mean, maybe game of the week, not necessarily series of the week because it was a 2-0, but I mean, it's just insane. They just back and forth, even up until like literally the last minute or last basically second of the game at an hour. They finally take a team fight to win. That lets them win. And then game 2, they didn't fight at all. It was the exact opposite. Both teams had 17 kills, and then this fight at the end, they just ended up winning off of it. Crazy to me, but definitely a very good series. These two teams are pretty close, I think, and yeah, I think that would be a very fun series to watch. Probably up there for Series of the Week. I think Rats and Bunnies and Unrivaled still had... Wait, no, Hunt and Extra. Rats and Bunnies Unrivaled was also good, but Hunt and Extra I think is still Series of the Week so far. Alright, 7th Series of the Week. We got Mary Todd Lincoln Forever Young versus Dingoes. Let's see. MTL went with an AA, Jakiro, Spectre, Troll, and Underlord. So Elrath went with the mid-troll this game. Interesting. Dingoes went with an Earth Spirit, a Viper, a Snapfire, a Slark, and an Offlane Dragon Knight. Bleh. Hate the Offlane Dragon Knight. I think Slark's really good right now. I guess only 50% win rate. I just think he can transition really well into the late game. This Viper went off. I'm interested with the mid-troll. I mean, this seems pretty greedy. You only have 3 heroes that can make space for 2 that want to farm. This one, though, you have... It's essentially an offlane Viper mid-Dragon Knight. That's how I look at it. And which do I like better? I think I might go with Dingoes here. I think the Snapfire or Spirit are pretty good. I like the Slark right now. I think Slark is really good against Underlord. Guys, Spectre. Like, Spectre's a Spectre, but gets on top of the Snapfire. But everyone else wants to be in the fight, so Spectre's... Yeah, I'm going to go with Dingoes. Oh, God. They use the Spectre to initiate? That's interesting to me. I guess they don't really have anyone else to initiate. Yeah, their team draft definitely likes initiation. Yeah. Troll's just going on the back line, but they can kill the Slark here. I think you gotta come back, Troll. Maybe not. What do I know? Wow. Damn. What do I know? This is why my team doesn't listen to me for team fights either. I make calls and they're wrong. Game number 2. MTL went with a Sand Cane, a Juggernaut, a Warlock, a Clockwork, and a Dark Willow. Mid Clockwork again. Clockwork's not in a great spot, but I love it. I think he's a lot of fun. Dingoes went with Jakiro, Bloodseeker, Toad Hunter, Sniper, and Earth Spirit. Okay. So this is pretty run at you as well, which I think the Clockwork likes. It's good against the Warlock and the Sand Cane. And, I mean, you got a lot of team fight on Mary Todd Lincoln. And they only have a Tide Hunter Ravage. You have a lot of good ways to get on Sniper. I'm going to go with MTL here. I like it. Oh, yeah, Kino. Kino's going the right build on Warlock. Let's go. This is how you play Warlock, everyone. You go Holy Locket, you go Shard, and you literally just mech your whole team every 10 seconds. It's so good. Oh, boy. Damn. I kind of missed the stuff up top there, but It's a really good team fight. I think they just win here. GG. Poor Toad Hunter. Tell you what, another 2-0, that could have been a 1-1. Absolutely. I mean, game 2, I think Meriton Lincoln played this really well. First 20 minutes it was close, and then this one team fight kind of started the snowball. I ended up showing this team fight just because it looked like they got their wombo combo off. I thought that'd be cooler to show than this one, but I didn't watch this one. It's probably the same thing, but it's a little bit more spread out. Game 1, on the other hand, this one was wicked close, all the way up until basically the end of the game was super close. It was actually in Dingo's favor. I think that high ground fight I showed where they basically wiped them except for the Earth Spirit, that was huge for them. If they don't do that, I think they lose. So that ended up winning them the game. So very close game. Could have been a 1-1. Absolutely good series overall. I think these two teams are really close. Love to see it. I actually think this was the opposite of what I predicted a 2-0 for Dingoes. So this is awesome. This is like the exact opposite. Good job, MTL. Good series. 8th series of the week. We got the Instigators versus Wharton-based Prodigy. My team's the Instigators, in case you don't know yet. So I know a little bit more about this game. So let's dive in. Whippy went with the Dusa, the Rubik, the Doom, the Weaver, and the Grimstroke. I think Grimstroke Doom is pretty good. You can steal some stuff Rubik. Grimstroke and Weaver I think is also really good. Instigators went with AA, Lone Druid, Abba, Lion, and Faceless Void. So this was an off-lane Lion, a 4-position Abba. I think if we went a different mid here instead of Lone Druid, we'd do better. I really like Whippy's draft here. We couldn't kill the Dusa either. Even though we had a Lion with the Mana Drain and he did not want to go BKB on the Dusa, I still think overall this is an outdraft by Whippy. I think maybe we go something different with the Lone Druid here, but very good draft. Or very good game overall. Dude, he just does so much damage. Oh. I think if we don't split targets there... Oh. Bad team communication. But at the same time, it's like kind of hard for the Lion or the AA to do damage to the Weaver in the back line there. Game 2. Whippy went with an Ember Spirit, a Doom again. This time they got the Lion, they got a Luna, and they got an Ogre. Instigators went with a Mid Dragon Knight, an Ursa, a Lich, an Axe, and a Grimstroke. The Lich Grimstroke, a good combo. Very run at you draft, and you get the tower push for Dragon Knight. I really like our draft, but we don't have good late game. And so like after 30 minutes, I think this Luna just took over and was super farmed. Yeah, look at 34, 36 minutes. I mean, overall, I don't love this Doom hero, and they picked it both times. I think it's pretty bad right now, but I mean, he was running at us, dooming us, so I don't think he played bad. I just don't think it's a good hero. So I'm going to go with the Instigators, probably biased, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You guys watch my content. You're going to take my opinions, and you're going to have to live with it. We should just back here. Really wanted to take this fight though. I mean, I'm just gonna die. Oh, huge Lich ulti. Huge Luna ulti though. Jesus. I hate split team fights. Wow, what a time for Aegis to expire. Shame. Well, overall, I think it's a really good series. I think it's interesting, always, for me at least, my opinions of the game, and then to rewatch the games, because I always rewatch our games just to see if I can learn anything, and just see from like an unbiased bystander's perspective how the game looks. This game definitely looked Whippy favored. It didn't feel like that way. I feel like we still could have taken a team fight, but then even then we were down 10, 20, 30, 40k net worth at the end, so that one was kind of Whippy favored. This one was mad close. All we did was one team fight, and then it just all went up for Luna. I think the Luna literally, once it got farmed, it was just unkillable. We couldn't do anything to Luna. We could take everyone else, but the Luna was just unfarmed. Unkillable, super farmed. Really good series, though. Love Whippy guys. They're always fun to play against. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say. GG's. The last series of the day, we got Pancake Spank versus In Fate. I was pretty excited for this series, too, to see how it went. So, let's jump in. In Fate, they went with a Tony, an Axe, a Monkey Cane, a Phoenix, and an Abaddon. So this is a carry Tony. Interesting. Mid Monkey Cane. Pancake went with Invoker, Lifestealer, Wind Ranger, Wyvern, and Tusk. Wind Ranger Tusk, I think, is so good. I actually really like this Pancake draft. They got good team fight here. You got the call for the egg, and you got the Monkey Cane ulti around it. I mean, you can just blow teams up, but I think this is a really well-balanced draft. I think you need someone a little bit more tanky, but you get the Lifestealer. But just for the early game to make space, you need someone a little bit more tanky. Otherwise, I really like Pancake's drafts. I'll go with Pancake here. I don't really love offlane Wind Ranger. In fact, I dislike it. Blew up the Wind Ranger. Yep. I think you need to catch the Tiny in there. He's doing all their physical damage. Here comes the Monkey Cane. Make it so they can't escape. Where's the list? Oh, he was in the Invoker. That's why the Invoker was so tanky. Really good team fight for In Fate there. Wow. Game number 2. Pancake. They went with PL, Clockwork, Storm Spirit, Warlock, and Grimstroke. Okay, the double Fatal Bonds is ridiculous. I always love it. In Fate, they went with Faceless Void, Phoenix, Beastmaster, Centaur, and Abba. I mean, again, really good team fight. This is a great combo. Beastmaster's a broken hero right now. And they got it last pick. They last picked the Beastmaster. There's no way a Beastmaster should make it that long. And they got a PL second to last pick. Again, it's like, who do I like better, PL or Beastmaster? I think I like In Fate draft here. I think this is a great combo. I think PL is really good. Offlane Clockwork. Yeah, I don't think you have enough tank here. I mean, I just think Beastmaster's good. I think this team fight's really good. I think Centaur is like a really good hero too. So I'm going to go with In Fate. The Chrono and Illusion. Beastmaster save and roar probably for the Storm Spirit. Oh! Oh, right as the Centaur blinked in. Here comes the PL into the fight now. Damn. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, pretty good series overall. In Fate versus Pancake, 2-0. I thought it would be a little bit closer. Game 1, it looked like, was just In Fate favored after, what's this, 17, 18, 20 minutes. Not a lot of team fights at all. Not a lot of people on In Fate even died, to be honest. And then Game 2 was a lot closer. It was pretty back and forth. Pancake were winning at 20 minutes. Not a lot of, like, really good team fights. A lot of, like, small pick-off-y team fights. But both teams had team fight. I'm kind of surprised. I thought there'd be more. But anyway, good series overall. Impressed with In Fate there. Good job there. I think that brings them up to 4 and I don't even know, 6 probably. I don't know. I can't do math. Anyway, good series. Yeah, I mean, not good predictions for Chad last week, but that's okay. A lot of 2-0s. I thought there'd be a lot more 1-1s. Pretty solid week though. Yeah, only 2 1-1s. Kind of crazy. A lot of those were really close 2-0s though. Alright, week 6, let's jump in and do some predictions here. Unrivaled versus Whip P. I think Unrivaled, I mean, they just got 2-0'd by Rats and Bunnies. I still think they're pretty good. I'm going to give them the edge over Whip P. I'd love to see Whip P take a game or 2 off of them. We'll see. FOTP versus Rats and Bunnies. I think FOTP are very good still. Just because they got 2-0'd by Harpies does not really say too much. I think Harpies are a really good team. Rats and Bunnies are also a good team. I'll say 1-1. We'll see. I feel like I curse a lot of teams when I, like, especially last week. I've cursed a lot of teams with my predictions, but them's the rules. Dingoes versus Pancake. I want to give the edge to Dingoes here. I gave the edge to Dingoes last week. They got 2-0'd, but I think they should 2-0 that. Could be a 1-1. I would not be shocked if it was. Pancake's a pretty good team, too. Groot versus Victoria's Secret. I want to give Groot the edge. Victoria's Secret's been playing wicked well, though. I think they're a very good team, so I would not be shocked if that was 1-1 or even a 2-1 the other way. I think Groot's just a really good team. Yeah, Dyer versus Hunt. I think this will be a really good series. I'm going to say this is a 1-1. I'm really excited for this one. Hunt's been playing really well. Dyer's a really good team. In Fate versus No Void Spirit, I honestly can't even remember. I think Void Spirit was a really good team. They forfeited 2 weeks in a row. It just sucks. I mean, it's hard if you can't find a stand-in. You have to forfeit. No one wants to forfeit. Everyone just wants to play. I would assume most teams in this league would rather play than get a forfeit win, but I mean, maybe some teams just care about winning, don't really care about playing, so I can't really remember. I'm going to say, I mean, Infate was also a bottom 3 team. I'm going to say 0-2 for Void Spirit. I think Infate's been playing really well, but I think Void Spirit's still a good team just because they've forfeited 2 games in a row and they're probably going down on my rankings. I don't know. I'm going to give Grin the 2-0 against Gator. I think Grin's a good team. I think we've been not winning a lot of games, so I'm just going to go against us until we start winning. We'll see. Extra versus Heartbeast. Extra's playing really well. I just got to give the edge to Heartbeast. I think they found their groove. And then Potoslaw versus MTL. This is going to be a good series as well. Let's say 1-1. I wouldn't be shocked. I think it would be more likely to see Potoslaw 2-0 than Meritot Lincoln. But I've been wrong before. I think this will be a 1-1, but I wouldn't be shocked if it went either way. Yeah, that was predictions. Let's do rankings. Let's move Harpies up. FOTP here. We'll move Rats and Bunnies up to 2nd. FOTP will be 3rd. Unrivaled, I think, is still 4th. We'll move... Who did Dyer and Groot play? Groot 1-1 Pot of Sloth, and Dyer didn't play. Tough. I might leave it like that. Void Spirit, I'm moving down. Hunt and Extra, I'm moving above both of them. Actually, I think Pot of Sloth, too. Pot of Sloth's been doing really well. So I'll move Void Spirit down to here. I just need to see him play again. I can't really remember. Dingoes, Whippy had a good week. Let's look at records here. Dingoes are 3-7. Let's move Whippy up. We'll move Victoria's Secret and MTL. We'll move them both up. They're 5-5. I mean, these teams are really good. It's hard to put teams down here because I feel like these teams are good. Like, it's such a close league, so it's hard. Like, I think pretty much Instigators are probably last. I think Pancakes, Spank are probably 2nd to last. Infate, I'd put probably 3rd to last. But, like, Dingo and Grin, I think, are 2 good teams. MTL and 6-player good teams. Whippy's a good team. So I feel like all these... I feel like basically anyone can take a game off of anyone. I wouldn't be too shocked with the exception of maybe the top 4 or 5 teams I think are in a different... Like, they're just above everyone else. But, I mean, it's a close league. So, here's what I'll do for rankings. I have Harpies at 1, Rats and Bunnies at 2, Fellowship of the Pain at 3. I know it's tough because they had to stand in, and so it's tough to move them down 2 spots for that 0-2, but I have to almost. Unrivaled at 4. They've been playing really well. They won 1 FOTP. And then they got 0-2'd by Rats and Bunnies, which is why I put Rats and Bunnies so high. Groot, I'm putting at 5. Dyer, I think, has been playing really well at 6. Hunt at 7. Extra at 8. Pot of Sloth at 9. No Void Spirit at 10. Whippy at 11. Victoria's Secret 6-player at 12. Meritot Thank You Forever Young at 13. Dingo at 14. Grin at 15. Infate at 16. Pancake at 17. And Gators at 18. And that's how I'll leave it this week. 1 more week in the season, boys. Week 6 coming up. It's going to be a good week. I would say if you're not fighting for position, I think only like the top... If we do a... I mean, at this point, position is kind of... Actually, it's a lot of close in the middle. Never mind. I was going to say this is a good week to get out some fun drafts. But I actually think most teams are fighting for a position now, so maybe still get some serious drafts in. I don't know. We're probably going to have fun with it. But anyway, good luck, have fun. I'll talk to you all next week.